Hi, my name is Kristeva and I'm the founder of Tallow and Crumb Cookie Mix. It's not just a cookie mix. What it is a response to big food, crap ingredients, and a need for something that's a sweet treat that isn't going to kick me out of ketosis and isn't going to upset my guts like other keto products do. Because if you're like me and you're a carnivore or a ketogenic lifestyle person, then you crave cookies too. It actually started at Christmas. I was determined not to make shortbread because I know myself, if I make a pan of shortbread, I'm eating the whole darn thing. I have no strength and no willpower when it comes to sugar. I'm a sugar addict. And so I wanted to develop something that was ultra low sugar and that was made with real ingredients, whose ingredients didn't read like a lab experiment like a lot of the keto products out there, and wasn't full of manipulation like, again, the other keto products out there that use the term net carbs. So they bulk things out with filler and fiber so that you can then subtract the fiber from the total carbohydrates and sort of pretend that you're having a low carb cookie, even when it's not. The other products on the market that I've looked for and seen tend to be in the 17 to 19 grams of carb range, which might shock you to realize that's the same as a normal cookie. Like if you make a cookie from the Chip-Its package on the back, you're probably somewhere between 17 to 19 grams of carbs without the filler and the fake ingredients. So you might as well, at that stage of so-called keto, you might as well be eating the real thing. So I really wanted to make something that was animal-based ingredients, that's real ingredients, that your body recognizes and can metabolize. Because let's face it, your body doesn't metabolize net carbs. Your body doesn't understand manipulative math and marketing from big corporations and companies. Your body understands real ingredients. So I've used real ingredients, mostly animal-based ingredients, all animal-based ingredients apart from the two sweeteners. One, raw date sugar, and the other is pure raw stevia. So I don't know if you know, but a lot of other stevia on the market is also full of other ingredients. It took me a long time to realize that. I would go to the grocery store and pick up the stevia and think that it was just stevia inside. Well, sadly, it's not. It wasn't until I started breaking out and wondering what it was and realizing, oh, some of them have maltodextrin, some of them have erythritol, some of them have other fake sugars in them, and that's what my body was reacting to. So I'm using the pure ingredients and hoping that others out there like me will enjoy the products and not have upset gut, skin breakouts, and other issues that people have in reactions to these kinds of fake ingredients. So for others out there who are interested in either following along and being part of the Tallow and Crumb family as I grow, cheering me on and supporting hopefully, or if you are an entrepreneur and you have ideas and recommendations, for goodness sakes, comment. I'm always open to take other people's ideas and feedback, because, you know, on the shoulders of giants, this is where we go. And for anybody else who's just maybe has a little kernel of an idea and wants to know how to start, here it is. It's, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not the only way to start, but at least you can follow along and see what I do. I plan on documenting all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the blood, the sweat, the tears, etc. And yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting. It'll at least provide a record for myself if nobody else watches. And one of the models I definitely want to do is source sustainably and grow intentionally so that I can hire other people who are interested in coming along for the ride, being part of the journey, who maybe have a passion for helping grow a business. And I want to be able to be socially responsible. I want to be able to give people a living wage. First of all, obviously, I need a wage myself. But I do want that. When I lived in New Zealand for 6 years, many years, from 97 to 2003 or 4. And there was a fella, I can't remember his name, but he ran a cereal company. And he ran it in a socially responsible way. He actually had the people have living wages, and I think they also became actual shareholders in the company. And it always struck me as something that I wanted to do. Not only did it's about the people then, it's about the people, the workers who are working for you. I liked how it seemed to become a family. And it's always stuck in my mind that if and when I develop a business and it becomes successful, that's how I'd like to run it. So wish me luck. I hope I can, because I do believe that we should bring food back home, as in not repatriate it. I think we've given our food production way too much over to corporations who really are only about the economic bottom line. They're not about being ethical or sustainable or providing living wages, and they don't even care about our health. They're really just about marketing and selling their product as cheaply as possible with the most profit as possible. And I'd really like to do something different. Obviously, you need to be profitable in order to survive as a business, but I don't think we need to be greedy about it. And I also don't like that the majority of our food production has been given over to conglomerates. And I'd like to help repatriate that. I'd like to help bring our food back home. I want to source products as close as I can to where I'm living and where I'm developing this business. And again, most importantly, I want to provide a little treat product that you can feel confident in, as confident as I am, for your family, for your yourself, and feel good about it. Real food should not only satisfy, but also nourish you. So today I'm going to put this first post up, and I'm hoping that this becomes a blueprint and a reality check. If you care about ancestral nutrition and you care about real food and reclaiming how we feed our families, I hope this becomes your community. I hope to have the support from you. I love the interactive feedback that platforms like this can actually, garner and facilitate. And years from now, when the company hopefully is super successful and looks very different than me and one of my friends packaging into the wee hours by ourselves late at night and being exhausted, and waking up the next day with like the sorest back I've ever had, probably in 10 years. I hope I'm going to be able to show you little what do I call it? I hope that I can show you little snippets from my farm. Basically, I'm a very tiny gal with a big conviction, and I will show you how this all develops and unfolds. No shortcuts. And today is the day that we build something from the start, and let's build it right. And I'm building this animal-based cookie company, or baking company. Actually, it's starting out with cookies, but I already have ideas for other things. So let's call it a baking company. I'm starting this animal-based ingredient baking company from scratch, not because the world needs another cookie, but because something has felt off about the way we eat for a long time now. We've normalized ingredients that we can't even pronounce. We've normalized ingredients that our bodies don't recognize. We've normalized ingredients that didn't even exist 50, 60, 70 years ago, that have been created in a lab. We've normalized giving over the food production to corporations instead of our communities. And I really think that going forward, I would like to be part of a movement that helps bring food back to our communities. So I believe that you can build something that is sustainable, that feeds us holistically and nutritionally and is metabolically sound for our bodies. And using things like butter or tallow instead of seed oils, real whole milk powder instead of fillers and grains and fibers and God knows what else they put in some of these things. And a tradition instead of a trend. This is a new, some would say that the carnivore keto movement is new. It's not really. It's actually, it's like mead. It's not new, but it feels new because people don't know what it is. So it's actually very old. So it's like restarting something that was ancestral and bringing it into the modern day. So it's a revivification, shall we say. And finally, if you believe that food can be simpler and a business can be ethical and a community can be intentional, then you're already part of this. And I thank you for that. And this is day one. And revolutions don't always start loudly. Sometimes they start in my kitchen in a little mixing bowl with a dream and a shortbread cookie that doesn't kick me into sugar cravings and jonesing for my next cupcake on Monday.